Hi everybody, we're back, and today I'm back for another disc swap video. Okay, I did something pretty cool. I actually went into the ISO and I used Industrial Park. So first of all, what we did was I copied my bfbb game. Obviously, this isn't the normal bfbb game. I didn't wreck the ISO. I made a copy of it, and then I opened it with 7-zip. And what we did was we removed all the hip files. For those that don't mod BFBB, most people in my channel are mod this game and know this game, so you guys know, yeah. But if someone doesn't know, the hip files have the things you place in the level. It's like for placing items and triggers and things like that, like things that go in the level, like the placement of objects, triggers, flags, things like that. Characters, talk boxes, text, those kind of things. Well, basically anything, yeah, pretty much everything except for the textures, yeah. The hop file contains the textures, models, the animations, and stuff like that. And that goes for the Scooby-Doo game. Well, Scooby-Doo game only has a hip file, and that contains everything. But that works for both BFBB and the SpongeBob movie game, and I guess Incredibles. I don't really mod that game yet, but I mod BFBB and movie game. So what we did was we removed all the hip files, and I had to painstakingly go into every hop file, remove all the textures and models and all the other stuff that makes up the level, except we kept only the sounds, and I kept the sound info file. I don't think you need that, but I'm gonna keep that anyway, just in case. So all we have in that level is the SRAM for all the sounds and voices of the levels, and the sound info file. Why I do this? For disc swapping. So now we can actually use this custom BFBB I made, and it's very useful for Larry Boy and the Bad Apple disc swapping, but it's also useful for I'm going to show you a movie game today. But what this does is now it doesn't have to go to static all the time. It plays. You know how it plays the textures, but those aren't sound. So it's like, because it can't read those. Models aren't sound, so it does static too. Animations aren't sound, so it does static for those. So what you have to do, and the hip file doesn't have any audio, so it's all static too. So what I did was I removed all the hip files and had to go into every hop file and move everything except for the sounds. Yeah, that was tedious. But I did it, and now when I disc swap Larry Boy with this custom BFBB, it just reads the level. Yeah, all the sounds, and I can just play the sounds now. So I don't have to do the whole the level, then the static, then the level, then the static, then the level, then the sounds, then the static. It will just read all the sounds of one level and voices, then go. It might go for a few seconds. It goes like because it opens the next file. It opens the next file, so it does that. Then it will read those sounds and voices from that level, and then like for example what level can I use for example? JF. It will open JF01, hop, and then it will just go. Then read all the sounds and voices from that level. The tikis being smashed, the thunder tikis, all the enemies that are in that file. And then it will read the SpongeBob and Squidward talking. Then it will open up JF02, read everything in that file, and so on. Yeah, but there's no more static now. Like where long pauses where it has to read all the because it's reading all the textures and models. So I removed all that. So now I can disc swap with this game without any of that stuff happening. So tomorrow or some point this week, I'll do another Larry Boy disc swap with BFBB with all the static. So we can just play all the levels. Yeah, I'm going to make a video on that at some point. Now, for movie game, I could do it with movie game. I have to do this whole thing again for movie game too. But here's the problem though. If you remove it's going to make the files bump higher up. So I had to also go in there and make it read change the file order, or freaking get to play like this level and it goes like this. It's not in the right order, so I had to move some things because it was starting from a lower folder. Because I had to kind of add extra things and manipulate it basically. So now we can disc swap. This is actually useful because now I can disc swap SpongeBob movie game with BFBB, and it will pick up most of the time it's gonna be the voices or the sound effects. It still does do humming. I don't know why it's doing that. Larry Boy, it doesn't do that, and I can just play it. But yeah, the reason why I did this, I'm going to show you this, is now we can just play the audio. It won't get stuck reading like textures and models and scripts and triggers and timers because I removed all of them. So now we can disc swap with this game without. So now what you do is you load up the game you want to play, then you disc swap with this game with this custom BFB I made. Now it'll just play all the audio without all the static and white noise. So Larry Boy won't go from you've seen those videos I've done if you've seen those videos where it does the level, all the voices and the tikis and all this stuff. Then it does all the voices because that's what BFBB is in movie game. It's got the tiki sounds and enemies. Then it reads the voice clips. Then it opens the next level. Well, first of all, it doesn't read the sounds because they're further down. They're in the SRAM file, which is below it's below the BSP and default layer and stuff. So, but the textures are there, the models are there, everything's in the way of it. So it's gonna pick up. It's gonna try to read those. But since those aren't audio, it's gonna be just static for it feels like an eternity. When it doesn't take that long to get through it. It's not like it just takes like about 3 minutes maybe. If you use turbo mode, it's like 30 seconds, probably a minute, but still, I don't want it to do that. If we have a modding tool to actually we have Industrial Park, so I just use that editor to do something like this. That's why I love modding, because you can do little things like this for disc swap. I like disc swapping, like a lot of people, like some other people do on my channel. So I decide to make an ISO just for that. So now I can disc swap BFBB. I'm gonna do some movie game at some point too, and Scooby-Doo. But yeah, I can disc swap this game without all the static. It'll just pick up the sounds and voices. It won't be playing a bunch of white noise, because BFBB is one of those games, a movie game, where the voice and sound files are in the level files. So it's going to be reading the level data plus the sounds. So if you remove all the stuff from the level that's not the sounds, but keep the sounds, then it will just play the sounds and voices. You can just do that. Yeah, I know how to. I just hacking this. I just made a little hack for disc swapping. So yeah, I'm going to show you this. And then tomorrow or some point next week, I'll do the Larry Boy disc swap with BFBB, so we can just play all the audio without the static, so I don't have to be fast forwarding it all the time or keep cutting it. So I can just have it play. Yeah, I'll do a video on that at some point. And a movie game will probably do it at some point again. It won't be picking up all the static. I don't have to cut the video or fast forward it with turbo mode anymore, which is really nice. Yeah, in short, yeah, what I did was I made a modified BFBB specifically for disc swapping. So it's just got the audio in it. No, that's all. This disc's not playable. If I try to play it, it won't work because I removed everything. But this is an ISO specifically I made for disc swapping, so I can now disc swap with this and get the audio to play. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'll show you what we did. This is a movie game today. We disc swapped normal movie game, not modded, normal movie game, with my custom BFBB of only audio files. That's all we did. That's literally all we did, yeah. Okay. I hate when I do that. So yeah, anyway, yeah, so this is a custom BFBB. So now, it's good to do this, because now we can just get we can just get the sounds and voices to play without all the other stuff. This would be a better example with Larry Boy, because I can start the disc and then it will just read whenever it starts, read the level, then open. So now what I mean, I'll give one more example. So what's going to happen when I do it with Larry Boy? What will happen is it will do this thing. Let's say it reads JF01. Which is the first Jellyfish Fields level. We meet Squidward when he's all burned and got his band-aids on. It will read everything that's in that area. So all the robots and tikis and water and Everwater and the bridge thing and the plane, and then eventually Squidward and SpongeBob and Patrick, and then Gary. Then instead of it going to static for 10 minutes, it's going to go directly into JFO2, which has the Tikis and Thunder Tikis and SpongeBob, Mermaid Man, Patrick, Plankton, and yeah, and the waterfall and the caves, all that stuff. So and it's going to go directly into the next level, which has Mrs. Puff, Mr. Krabs, the fountains, the fountain that you break sound. Yeah, and then King Jellyfish is the JF4. That's what I mean. And then it'll open up the next levels, which is like below, which is Kelp Forest. So it's not going to play any little static anymore. Just for a second when it opens the level, and then it'll be all the sounds. Yeah, this took an hour to do. I'm glad I finished it, but I love that we have Industrial Park to level edit stuff. You can do things like simple stuff for disc swapping. I made a mod just for disc swapping, or we can do all kinds of things. We can make levels, and yeah, my level mod I'm still working on it. By the way, I took a break for a while because when you work on the same thing for like more than a year, you need a break from it. But I will get back into it. You guys probably have seen that video on Spike Lake. Yeah, that's the thing I'm working on. But I worked on it probably in like 4 months. I'm not kidding. I took a break. I'm doing other kinds of mods. Mostly disc swapping mods, making custom disc swap mods where I change the files around for it plays different things and all that kind of stuff. And the Scooby-Doo enemy mods. I still like doing that, yeah. It's just too bad that there's no way. I really hope we'll bust this archive. If you watch this video, if you ever find a way to make a cheat code to make enemies and stuff compatible from movie game to bfbb, yeah, because that'd be cool if you make a cheat for that. If you ever make a cheat for that, that'd be cool. So that we can take stuff from the movie game and put it in bfbb. You can do that, but it's a little bit. You can't just dump it in. Because it's not, they're a different engine, but if a cheat code comes out for that, that'd be cool. If that ever does come out. Yeah, because I would love to do it. People have done it. They put the slammers in, but they're probably using the 3ds Max, which is not open. I'm not talking about OBS. Not OBS. 3ds Max. I'm gonna get mad talking about that thing. Oh my god. It should be free. The whole thing should be free. There's no reason to. If I can use Blender for free, I should be able to use a 3ds Max for free. Like, that's just stupid. You gotta be a student, you gotta be in school, it's just all this shit, it's just, Anyway, yeah, I'll show you the thing now. So this is the movie game, normal movie game, disc swap, with only audio bfbb. Only the audio stuff. That's all I have. Yeah. Well, we have garbage files, files that needed to get the game to play, things that make the game boot up. Like, you have to keep the system stuff. I have that stuff. But I don't have it. The stuff that's in the levels, it's just the audio. This disc is completely unplayable for normal use, but for disc swapping, it's good. So.
Computer, player 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 computer.
You can buy. Listening. Got it. 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 Listening. Counting on you. 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 Counting the track. The track. The track. The track. The track. The track. Counting on you. 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 The track. 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 The track, 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 the the track, the track, the track, the track, the track. You need gold. I'll give you promotion. 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 Your brake tight. 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 Your brake and some your brake time instead. Bob.
Know how to skate, 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 know how to skate.
Counting on you.
He never wears
Know how to
pants.
skate.
What was
know
that?
how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to
Counting
skate.
on you.
Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
Counting on you.
Know how to skate. Know how to
I
skate.
was watching
Know how to
Squidward.
skate. Know how
I
to
was
skate.
counting on
Know
you.
how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to
Counting on you.
skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
never wears
Know how to
pants.
skate. Know
What
how
was
to
that?
skate. Know how to skate. You can buy, and what does you can buy? You can buy.
It doesn't it,
and
it doesn't
what
it,
does
it doesn't it,
Patrick
it
want
doesn't
with
it,
that
it
stuff
doesn't it,
anyway?
it doesn't it,
He
it doesn't
even
it,
know how
it
to
doesn't it.
skate. You can buy.
Oh, you'll
and
never
what
believe
does
what's been
Patrick
happening.
want with that stuff anyway? He doesn't even. You can buy.
I'm
and
surrounded
what
by
does
dream
Patrick want with that
bubbles.
stuff anyway?
I wonder what that
He
means.
doesn't
You're
even know
doing
how to
here.
skate.
You're doing
Know how to
here.
skate.
You're doing
Know how to
here.
skate.
You're doing
Know
here.
how to
You're
skate.
doing here.
Know how to
You're doing
skate.
here.
Know how
You're
to
doing
skate.
here.
Know
You're
how to
doing
skate.
here.
Know
You're
how to
doing here.
skate.
You're
Know how
doing
to
here.
skate.
You're
Know
doing
how to
here.
skate.
You're doing
Know how to
here.
skate.
You're doing.
You can buy.
You're happy you feel in the
And
front.
what does Patrick want with that stuff anyway? He doesn't even know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
Here,
Know how
here,
to
here,
skate. Know how
here,
to
here,
skate.
here,
Know how 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 to
here.
skate. You can buy.
Bermuda and
what
Bay,
does
Bermuda
Patrick want
and
with that stuff
Bay,
anyway?
Bermuda and
He doesn't
Bay,
even know how to
Bermuda
skate.
and
Know how to
Bay,
skate.
Bermuda
Know how to
and Bay,
skate. Know how to
Bermuda
skate.
and
Know
Bay,
how to skate.
Bermuda
Know
and
how to
Bay,
skate.
Bermuda
Know how to
and
skate.
Bay,
Know how to
Bermuda
skate.
and
Know how to
Bay,
skate.
Bermuda
Know how to
and
skate.
Bay,
Know how to
Bermuda
skate.
and
Know how to
Bay,
skate.
Bermuda
Know how to
and
skate.
Bay,
Know how to
Bermuda
skate.
and
Know how
Bay,
to skate.
Bermuda.
You can buy, and what does You can buy,
What the boop?
and what does Patrick want with that stuff anyway? He doesn't
Villain
even know how to
containment
skate.
area.
Know how to skate. 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 Know how to skate.
Great
Know
at
how to
throwing
skate.
things.
Know how to
Great
skate.
at
Know how to
throwing
skate.
things.
Know how to
Great
skate.
at throwing
Know how to
things.
skate. Know how to
Great at
skate.
throwing
Know how to
things.
skate. Know how to
Great at
skate.
throwing
Know how to
things.
skate.
Great
Know how to
at
skate.
throwing
Know how to
things.
skate.
Great
Know
at
how to
throwing
skate.
things.
Know how to
Dare?
skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
dare?
Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
No, I'm
Know how
sorry.
to skate. Know
No,
how to
I'm
skate.
sorry.
Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
No,
Know
I'm
how to
sorry.
skate. Know how to skate.
No, I'm
Know how
sorry.
to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to
dare?
skate. Know how to skate.
I
Know how to
dare?
skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
I
Know how
dare?
to skate.
I
Know how to
dare?
skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
I'm
Know
sorry.
how to skate.
No,
Know how to
I'm sorry.
skate. Know how to skate.
No, I'm
Know how to
sorry.
skate. Know how to
Be Mr.
skate.
Krabs
Know how to
as
skate.
enticing.
Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate. Know how to skate.
Mr.
Know how to
Krabs
skate.
as
Know how to
enticing.
skate. Know
Be
how to
Mr. Krabs
skate. Know
as
how to skate.
enticing.
Know how to skate.
As
Know
that
how to
sounds,
skate.
I can't-
Know how to skate. Know
As
how to
that
skate.
sounds,
Know
I
how to
can't-
skate.
As
Know how to
that
skate.
sounds,
Know
I
how to
can't-
skate. Know how
Give
to
this to you.
skate.
I
Know how
need
to
every
skate.
golden
Know how to
spatula I can
skate.
get.
Know how to
Dad,
skate.
Dad,
Know how to skate.
Dad.
Know how to
Got
skate.
it.
Know how to skate.
Got it.
Know how to skate.
Got
Know
it.
how to skate. Know
Got
how to
it.
skate.
Mm.
Know how to
Got it.
skate.
Mm.
Know how to
Got
skate.
it.
Know how to
Mm.
skate.
Got it.
Know how to
Mm.
skate.
Got
Know how
it.
to skate.
Mm.
Know how
Got
to
it.
skate.
Mm.
Know how to
Got
skate.
it. It's a new power, the Bubble Bowl. But wait, there's more. A golden spatula, and that's not all. A gift certificate for $5.32 to Dean's Little Shop of Dried Fish Flakes and Flowers.
Oh, thank you. It all means so much. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Cry all you want, but not here. We just wax the floors.
That was quite a battle. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. It's a new power, the Bubble Bowl. But wait, there's more. A golden spatula, and that's not all. A gift certificate for $5.32 to Dean's Little Shop of Dried Fish Flakes and Flowers.
Oh, thank you. It all means so much. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Cry all you want, but not here. We just wax the floors.
That was quite a battle. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. It's a new power, the Bubble Bowl. But wait, there's more. A golden spatula, and that's not all. A gift certificate for $5.32 to Dean's Little Shop of Dried Fish Flakes and Flowers.
Oh, thank you. It all means so much. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Cry all you want, but not here. We just wax the floors.
That was quite a battle. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. It's a new power, the Bubble Bowl. But wait, there's more. A golden spatula, and that's not all. A gift certificate for $5.32 to Dean's Little Shop of Dried Fish Flakes and Flowers.
Oh, thank you. It all means so much. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Cry all you want, but not here. We just wax the floors.
That was quite a battle. Tell him what he's won.
Okay, it still does the cutting off crap. I don't know. I tell you why it's probably doing that. I removed all the textures and models and stuff. I guess because it has to transition to the next level and open the next file, and it can't do that, so it cuts off. Labor is the only game that you can disc swap like that, where you put. No, I'm not making this up. That I know of, where it will just go. See how when it plays the end of this cutscene, like the one with like King Neptune when you beat Wobo Sandy, and then below that it's supposed to be the sounds and stuff, or the next level, but it's not going to go to it because they can't go to the next file because disc swapping doesn't do that. Only Layer Boy does that in the Bad Apple. When you disc swap Layer Boy in the Bad Apple with ever discs, you will get that effect. If you don't do that, it will just, whatever is reading, it will get stuck and repeat, or what will happen is it will play the entire thing of what that audio track is, then it will just give up. Or good news about this track is it actually restarts and plays it again. Sometimes it won't even do that, but yeah, it is cool, but the way I did this is now I can get these more audio files to actually load up with bfbb, with Movie Game. It will play, now the bfbb stuff picks up more easier than just kind of, level 1 no cheese picks up things, yeah. The opening cuts of Mr. Krabs and stuff. No, now that's different now because we changed the file order, but so there's certain things I like doing with the normal game, like that first level is creepy as hell. You have the fish, dude. You have Mr. Krabs talking at once, Plankton and stuff. But yeah, I like doing this with Movie Game and Larry Boy. My two favorite games to disc swap is Larry Boy Ever Discs, and Movie Game Ever Games. These are the two funniest games to do it with. I swear, they really are. So I think that's why it's going to static. Is it's trying to transition to the next file, but it can't. Only Larry Boy can transition between files. I don't know what's wrong with that game, dude. There's something wrong with it. There really is. Like, if you decide to disc swap with it, because it just doesn't. It just loses it. Like, ever games don't act like that. They don't do any of that stuff. They don't. This game's got its own funny things you can do with having 3 characters talk at once. You can go like whatever. That you can get like 3 people. That's kind of fun. That's funny as hell. Movie games got its own funny effects. That's why I said movie games my second favorite game to do it with. It was my favorite until I found the Lair Boy game. Because that game you can just go up and play everything. I mean, honestly. This is my second favorite game to do it with. This has moved to number 2. Because of the, winning all the fouls. But this game has got some things that you can't even do with anything else. It's got some weird, the way it reads the games, and just being able to put BFBB in there with movie, it's just cool to see it merge. Because you're taking the ever game before movie game, you can kind of, it's just cool to see them merge together, both SpongeBob games together. It's neat, dude. I mean, come on, that's a cool effect though with movie game. You can put the last game in their BFBB and have it play. Yeah, it's cool. You can just swap BFBB with movie and movie game with BFBB. It's funny.
But wait, there's more! A golden spatula! And that's not all! A gift certificate for $5.32 to Dean's Little Shop of Fried Fish Flakes and Flowers!
Oh, thank you. It all means so much. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Cry all you want, but not here. We just wax the floors.
I should play this as background music in the Krusty Krab.
Needs another bath.
What do you think?
Needs another Mr. Krab? Needs another bath. 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 Patrick, I've got to go. Gary, needs another bath. 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 Needs another bath.
That's the match. SpongeBob is still champion.
Patrick, I've gotta go. Gary, needs another bath. 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 Needs another bath.
It's so vulnerable.
Needs another bath. 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 You have another bath. Needs 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 another bath.
That's the match. SpongeBob is still champion.
Patrick, I've gotta go. Gary, needs another bath. 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 Needs another bath.
That's the match. SpongeBob is still
needs another bath.
It's a good thing SpongeBob wrote this stuff down.
flying colors. Congratulations! You pass with 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 flying colors. Congratulations!
That one's lost.
You pass with flying colors. Congratulations! 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 You pass with flying colors.
I know him.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, find it.
I forget.
Floating block challenge. Yeah. Here it is. Okay.
bodies down, 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 bodies down. That's the match. SpongeBob, 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 SpongeBob. That's the match. SpongeBob, 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 SpongeBob. SpongeBob, 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 SpongeBob.
Okay.
That hideous thing looks like me.
I always knew SpongeBob would be the death of me.
Jump in, jelly beans!
See?
A robot SpongeBob!
There's definitely something funny going on
Oh,
here.
that's cool.
And I don't mean you. Something else funny. Plankton! You're behind all this, aren't you?
Yes, yes, it was me all the time. Behold, the Duplicatotron. I registered the name, so don't even think of ripping me off. With this, I can make a robot copy of anyone. I was going to make an army of loyal robots that would obey my every command.
But they're running amok!
I forgot to set the switch to obey Plankton. Ugh. But now that Daddy's home, I can fix that! What's wrong now? It should be working! It is working! They're obeying me! I knew I shouldn't have made a copy of myself, but I'm just so cute. You've interfered with my plans for the last time. SpongeBob, meet SpongeBob.
Hi, how do you do? Allow me to introduce my friends, Patrick, Sandy.
Enough! Prepare to meet your doom! Destroy my beautiful bride.
Movie game is awesome with this. And I told you, Larry Boy is number 1. This is number 2. It would be number 1 if it wasn't for that game. But you see how it moved? I waited a little bit longer and then I disc swapped. instead of it picking up the fish, it picked up the cutscene for the final boss. What do you? No, it's moving on still. Dude, this is sick, dude. Oh no, it gave up. Why does it handle cutscenes? Yeah, Larry Boy can actually read anything and just keep going. Yeah, you see how most games though it will get stuck, but yeah, it is still cool. I love the movie game and Larry Boy are my favorite games to do this with. Like this game plus EverDiscs and that game plus EverDiscs because they both have their. This game does the whole getting stuck and having more characters talk, and then you can just so much stuff happens at once that it's really funny. Honestly, I can't describe this game. It's just when you see what it's doing, it's just weird. This movie game is. I think the way I like movie games so much is because you can use movie game plus bfbb, and these are both made by the same developer, so it's cool. Both Heavy Iron, so it's cool to just do this. You can kind of merge them. That's why it's fun doing it with movie game because you can put the backwards ever game in. Now this is not you're not gonna get these levels because I mix up the files, but that's what I mean. That's why I love doing this. So we can actually play just the audio. You don't have to play the other stuff. You know, the sounds and voices because I mean the textures and models because those don't get picked up. Larry Boy they do, and it will just go on and on until it gets to them. Wait till you see what happens when I do it with Larry Boy. I'll do that, and I won't be doing that for a little bit. I want to do the other games just to show you. I'm focusing a lot more on movie right now because I forgot how funny this game was. Before I did it with Larry Boy, I forgot how funny this game was. But we'll do it with that game again. I will come back and do a video on bfbb without all the static and just the audio. I'll just show you what that. Yeah, well, it will just go from level to level. Yeah, it's cool. I'll do that at some point. Why is Squidward there? Fish. Up, smile. Smile. What is going on, dude? This way I like to see. This is what I like doing with this game, dude. It's creepy, dude.
Oh boy, stuff!
Slick and fast. If you can beat my time down the hill, I'll give you a golden spatula. Spatula, 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 spatula.
Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! You pass with flying colors! With flying colors! Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! You pass.
It's a good thing SpongeBob.
Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! Congratulations! You pass with flying colors!
Okay, this game is really weird. So I went further in the song and it still loads Puff, even though last time was what? Yeah, see how this game's glitchy? It's really weird. This game really is weird. Movie game, it What the hell, dude? I forgot how cool this game was. It was my favorite before I found leaderboard disc swap glitches. This was my favorite game before that. It's my second favorite, but I told you, this game's funny with it. You should really try it, because you don't even need to, this file, I did change stuff, but if you do use tools, you can go in there and delete. If you use Industrial Park, all you can do is just delete all the textures, models, and stuff. Just keep the SRAM and sounds, and delete all the HIP files. That's what I did. So you can get the sounds and voices to play more easier. But you see how it just randomly picks things? Yeah, what the hell, dude? But the first level with no cheese, with the normal OG BFBB, non-modded one, you can actually get to play, if you wait for the song to get farther in, you can get Mr. Krabs to play or playing. Yeah, it's just weird.
Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! Congratulations! You pass with flying
Holy shit, game.
colors! With flying colors! With flying...
I'll try it in no cheese again one more time. But let's try it in the left. No, this is the slide level, actually. I forgot.
You have a limited amount of time to get down the slide. If you finish in less than the set time, I'll reward you.
Is it gonna be Miss Puff again? Because this is the same song, but it's or different. Let's see, or different level. I mean, it could be something completely different.
SpongeBob is back in the fight!
Yep.
And here we are, folks, the main event! A gauntlet of ever-increasing ferocity! 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 SpongeBob is back in the fight! And here we are, folks, the main event! A gauntlet of ever-increasing ferocity! 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 That's the match! SpongeBob is back in the fight! And here we are, folks, the main event! A gauntlet of ever-increasing ferocity! Ferocity! That's the match!
What is going on, dude? Holy crap. Oh, the battle arenas, I forgot. I've only unlocked one of those, but I'm not that far in the game on here, but oh shit, I forgot about those. What's gonna happen when I go there? We can fight enemies while random things loading. I hope it loads like a character, just like one of the characters, like Larry or something, like Sunscreen. A big Wilbur stole everybody's sunscreen. A big Wilbur. I would laugh like hell. What the? Okay, enemies. This is funny. This game, dude. I forgot. Wow. Holy, movie game is weird. Well, this game was made in less than a year than BFBB. There's a lot of things wrong with movie game. Like, if you use the Xbox version, apparently if you want the backwards compatible, BFBB doesn't run well on backwards compatible Xbox either, but just the sky, a few little things happen, but movie game, you can straight up get textures to get phone somewhere. Yeah, if you use the Xbox 360, apparently you can bug out all the textures randomly while playing. It will randomly just bug out and throw like Plankton's Z-Crate face on the sand or something. I mean, SpongeBob can turn into it. Yeah, I don't know how buggy that game can be. I've seen people talk about it. Like, I gotta play that one, because apparently, like, you can get all kinds of shit to happen. Now, I don't know if you need the white Xbox or the black one. I don't know if I have to figure that out.
Where's Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin?
Okay, it's right there.
5 in a straight line. I complain that tomorrow is going to
Holy crap.
I say the fishanity. Oh, I can't watch. Okay, maybe just a little. That was a doozy.
This is the shit, dude. He just pulls it, dude. I don't know what's going on, dude.
I don't know what to say about that.
Oh, hopefully do something weird.
I forgot.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
I wanted to play a sentence over. Like, holy dude. So I'm gonna do it again. Can you stop exposing my gosh damn desktop? I'm getting really tired of that happening, dude. Honestly. It's right there.
On Mermaid Man like that. His heart's not so good. Come to think of it, nothing on him is that good anymore. Back it off. Just tell us what you want. I meant.
That's the match!
On Mermaid Man like that. His heart's not so good. Come to think of it, nothing on him is that good anymore. Back it off. Just tell us what you want. I meant.
Okay, now it's, even though I started at the very beginning, it's still playing. Okay, I don't know. It is Game Weird, dude. Yeah. Okay, but you see what? Yeah. So if you want to do this yourself, yeah, you just use Industrial Park level editor, and you just you use 7-zip to open your PS2 ISO. Yeah, you use it to open the ISO, not just the zip file. If you download games you open the ISO, then use 7-zip to open the ISO, and then you use Industrial Park, and you delete all the hip files, delete everything, delete the music file. You don't need those. You don't play music. If you want to play music, then you just go into all the hop files and delete everything except for the audio. Then you can just swap with it. But, well, keep the sound, keep the system stuff, obviously. But yeah, you don't delete that stuff. You gotta keep certain files. Like, you can't use the ISO anymore. Like, I won't boot up as a swap either. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. This game's just holy, dude. Yeah, pretty cool.
I meant.